Hey guys, Crew Blonde, back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Melanie.
And we are back with Batwoman today with the finale of Batwoman.
Yeah. Well, is it finale,
Yes.
or is it just the last episode of the season?
Huh? You not have high hopes? What are you saying?
Well, I mean, do we know if it's actually going to conclude the storyline that they actually wanted to finish out for this season, or are we going to continue this storyline into next season and finish out and have the actual finale of this season next season?
I don't know how far they got as far as that went. I know Flash didn't get theirs done, but they also ended before episode 20, right? I don't think they got to 20. I forget. Anyway. But yeah, previously on Batwoman, we had the takeover of Arkham Asylum by Mouse and Alice.
Yep, but then they vacated.
True, they left. Mouse was not happy. He thought they had a happy little area, and Alice pushed too far.
Yep, trying to get the answers from the secret book.
We don't have anything about Sophia, but she's around there somewhere.
And she's the head of Julia? Like, Julia responds to her? I don't know.
No, Julia, yeah, she made a deal with Julia to stop the sniper from killing Batwoman and was going to get her something to stop it. But the information in that book was to kill Batwoman, so supposedly she's not on that boat anymore, so.
Or she is Sophia.
No, that makes no sense. We also had a poll. Last week's poll was, out of the Batwoman's allies, who would you like to see work with Kate more? So on this list we had 6% say Julia.
Okay.
People probably want to see her more with Sophie. I think they have pretty good chemistry together.
They do.
10% with the new girl that we just had. Well, not new girl, but second time seeing her, Parker.
Oh, yeah.
30% with Luke, while 52% say Mary. So more 52. Mary.
Of course, more Mary.
52.
Love her.
As DC should be, right? Speedy Cat says Mary. Always Mary. Dobby says, I'd love for Julia to team up or hang out more. She is reliable, but it seems she barely interacts or helps Kate. Luke is already great. Kate quits more often than her. Nate says, I want Luke and Kate to train so we can see Batwing develop.
Oh.
That could be cool. Get some more Bat Family stuff. I'm wondering if we will get more Bat Family. That was kind of the thought of this too, because like, where does the Parker dang, what was her?
Torres?
Yes, I was right. Something like that. Anissa says, Mary and Luke are the only two options that I care about. Out of these, I would have to say Mary, as Luke has been there from the beginning, so we have seen a lot of him.
That's true.
And Kate already. Joel says, I'm going to rephrase this question. Who's your favorite character? Answer Mary. No. I wanted to avoid.
All the way.
We wanted to avoid the favoriting somebody and just seeing who people wanted to see more of. So, and then a lot of people saying Mary, Mary. It's always Mary, more Mary.
I love Mary so much. She's so sweet. Like, she's such a genuine person. You just want to hug her.
And then Angus says, it has to be Mary. From what little we have seen, she can hold her own in a tight situation. Being a medic means she would be helpful in the aftermath of what could be coming.
Yes.
So.
Yes, yes.
All right. So it looks like Mary taking that by a good bit, right? So.
Oh, yeah. Landslide.
Let's see if maybe we get some more time with Mary and Kate actually working together and not pushing her aside like we've had in the past episodes.
Yes.
Ooh, what's this?
Machete.
All inmates.
This is the Burnley line.
Close the door, close the door, close it, close it, close it. Dude, it'd be terrible to be trapped on a train. Some guy with a machete.
That girl.
This guy.
Out of the way.
Oh, gross. Oh, he just got
Just one person?
He just got dooku.
I thought you were just going to start swinging.
Everyone left. This idiot was busy on his phone, not paying attention to shit.
Then patience. Until I can figure out where to find this rock that penetrates the batsuit. The hiding spot Lucius
penetrates the
forgot
batsuit.
to mention in his journal.
You call this? This is this? Really?
Just throwing skin around. Freaky.
I don't see the problem.
You are holding the only shard of kryptonite on the planet.
What?
Why was
Why?
this in a puddle in the Batcave?
Safekeeping. Bruce was holding on to it.
Does it seem weird that kryptonite is the one thing that can penetrate the bat suit?
No, because why wouldn't you make it as strong as the Man of Steel? Yes.
I wouldn't want the weakness to be the same.
This is what I said last week, and you're like, no, that's the dumbest idea ever.
It's stupid. I hate it.
Have you tried crushing it?
With what, a hammer?
I said I was nervous.
Fine.
Just start beating on it.
You know, he used to walk the neighborhood kids to the bus to make sure they were safe.
Aww.
10 years later, he ripped the ref's spine out of his neck.
Wow.
This game turned him into a monster.
Then help me make sure he doesn't die one.
He did Mortal Kombat him.
Apollo! You betrayed me!
This is the part where you run.
You're doing a good job a minute ago. Jeez!
And he doesn't
This
care!
guy's just like steroided up. Good thing with his limp. Well, if only kryptonite can penetrate, she's safe. I'm not worried. She can't get cut, right?
I guess, right? Except for her face and her neck that are not protected.
Just killed his brother. Or paralyzed him at the very least.
Into a prison. Now this one be yours.
So that was intentional not killing.
Jesus.
Is this rabid obsession with your family really worth it if we both end up dead?
I suppose it is.
Here you go, Mouse. You got your answer. If you don't want to do this, just leave. Leave her.
Not for me, it's not. It's over, Alice. I'm leaving.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes. No, she needs to have nobody.
Imagine going.
She's done this herself. She's pushed everyone away. She had chances.
Always planned to go. Don't make me.
Come with me.
This.
Maybe she gives up.
no, there's no way that she gives up.
She should.
This was his actual.
That looks very wrong.
God. All those years of head trauma.
Yeah.
Dorsal posterior insula is basically shriveled to nothing.
That sounds really bad.
Is that one black area?
Part of the brain that governs pain. No wonder she didn't feel that better.
Oh.
They cover it all up and then give you a big fat championship ring for your troubles.
Can't feel pain?
There is another idea,
Hmm? Mary has a
but I
plan.
don't think you're gonna like it.
Go as Kate.
Julia?
Turn on the bat light. Uh-oh. Who's turning on the bat light?
That's the one behind the
What's
light.
her idea?
Mary's turning on the light.
Don't shoot! I'm here on behalf of Batwoman!
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
What's
No,
King
we're
gonna
not gonna
say with
like
no
it?
discrimination?
What sort of wannabe hero puts an innocent girl in front of a firing squad? Could have blown her damn head off. Everyone off the roof now!
Mary's like, that was my phone.
Talking about.
I'm saying this was my idea! You told me that the girls wanted to make over their image. Why not start by allying yourself with someone the city actually roots for?
Wow, she's
did
so
this?
smart.
I knew. I'm one of the only people who can get through to you. Arrest me for believing in someone who saves lives, who stops criminals, and who inspires hope without charging a penny for it. I'm your daughter, and if I don't believe in what you're doing, then how can you expect a city of strangers to?
Except the person you believe in doesn't even have the guts to show her face.
I can't show you my face. Protect the city together.
I thought she was gonna be like, dead. Like,
So, how do we get him?
I'm at Gotham
Oh,
City.
really?
Gotham University's former head coach.
Arrest her
Dominic
afterwards?
Kurt.
Should never happen to anyone. But there's no one in the world that would have rather gone through it with than you.
Aww.
Or I without you.
And I mean this with all of my heart. I want to meet a man with many hats.
and smile back at the Cheshire Cat. And run with you forever.
Did she poison
Through
him?
our wonderland.
Why is he bleeding?
Oh, shit.
Why did you do that?
Because I couldn't let you leave me. Not you two.
This wasn't even real.
He should have ran. I don't know why I'm mad at her for killing a murderer, but I am.
I'll be fine. Julia seems to think otherwise.
Julia didn't look into my dad's eyes when she shook his hand. Okay, I'll be fine.
Doom, doom. You just stabbed the power thing. Uh-oh.
What just happened?
Oh no.
Someone cut the power.
Is Commander Kane doing this as a setup for her?
Not sure, Commander. Working on it now.
Oh, oh!
Nope, he's here.
Bow!
Box level clear.
It's him.
Oh my god. Dude, how's he moving so quick?
Fast.
He limps.
I know, I don't get it.
Stop! Oh! Robin pole. One down. Wait, did she get cut?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, is that not made of kryptonite?
I didn't want to be this.
You know.
And they shoot him. Like, she had it under.
You didn't have to kill him!
No, don't say you're gonna blame Batwoman. No.
Yep.
You can't do this.
We're on the same page.
Grappling out.
I knew I had a target on my back. Just didn't know its circumference. These were left at my hotel this morning.
That's close. That's close.
They had Ralph Dibney on their side.
No.
My dad hates me.
Batwoman, he hates Batwoman. You, he loves.
Once loved Beth too. In his mind, Batwoman is just as crazy as Alice.
He's wrong.
May I present to you?
Powdered kryptonite.
I'll stick with Bruce, thanks.
That's kryptonite. I figured out how to destroy it.
Oh my god. Just a really expensive hammer.
Yeah, Mary, this is all thanks to your brilliant hammer idea. Point being, this is what's left of the only thing on Earth that can penetrate the batsuit.
But it's not, right?
No more secrets. Not between us. And not after today.
Okay. Piece of kryptonite.
Where did you get that?
The same way Bruce did.
My masterpiece.
Is he all fixed? Does he look like Mouse? He's got a burned up face, he's all mad.
I made all your dreams come true.
Oh,
He looks like Bruce Wayne.
I look like Bruce Wayne.
They did it.
They casted Bruce Wayne.
I need you to strap through the doors of Wayne Tower and get me that shard of kryptonite from your dear cousin Kate.
Man, Bruce Wayne, a lot younger than I thought he would be.
Dang.
Alright, well, there's the finale. So what'd you think?
I cried
Yeah.
during this episode. Like, a lot.
Yeah, you did. It doesn't feel like the finale of the season. Because it also is kind of left off. Flash did a similar thing where, like, the villain that we had is out there still.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we still have Alice out
And
there.
we
Didn't
still have
stop Alice.
We did stop Mouse, though.
I feel like the war with the crows is good. That changes kind of the status quo a little bit. Not quite, because they were already like, we gotta catch her and stuff, you know? But now it's more like, if we see her, we're gonna shoot her on sight and that kind of thing, so she's more like an enemy.
And they're trying to build up and find a stronger weapon to, like, actually destroy her.
So I like that as
insane.
Like a season end, like changing things going forward,
ramping it up,
what she has to do and stuff.
That and they casted freaking Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
like
we
even though
we know
that, even though this is hush still, right? It's still they casted Bruce Wayne.
Like, I think it was last episode or episode before when we were talking about Hush and stuff and, like, face-wise. I think we said about, like, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, we predicted.
But it's like, do you do that yet? Is that something you want to do? Or do you wait for Bruce Wayne? Because, like, now that you have this, that's who Bruce Wayne will have to be in the show. Mm-hmm. Because you've given him his face and you brought the magazine of Bruce Wayne and all that. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you bring him back? Do you maybe do some kind of, like, flashback stuff? Like...
Like, actually give us some Batman info?
Like, we saw Kate and stuff in the past, like, with Beth or with whoever and stuff, or her and Sophie.
Her training, even.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, do you go back and see, like, Kate and Bruce Wayne, like, together? Or do you see, like,
we have
Bruce Wayne and Luke together or something? Even if you don't have real Bruce Wayne coming in, that at least opens up that idea where you can kind of see the past a bit. Without it being like, well, here Bruce Wayne's back now.
Right.
So, I mean, that might be something interesting to do. I don't know. We'll have to see.
That'll be so interesting.
It also could be, I have no idea what they're doing with Superman and Lois, but if Superman, I was holding this kryptonite for my friend Superman kind of thing, then you had this Bruce Wayne, maybe you could have some things over there with Bruce Wayne and Superman.
Yeah, that's possible too. It's just a huge step just having him casted because it leads to so many possibilities. And I like the casting.
He has like a strong jaw.
He
looks
does.
Like he could easily be a Bruce Wayne. You know what? He reminds me. I don't know why. He reminds me of a younger. What's his name? Jason Bateman. Is that his name? Arrested Development. I don't know why.
Oh snap!
Ozarks.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
I don't know why, but his face, like his profile, whatever it was, when they first showed him, I think it was on the magazine. I was like, that kind of looks like it could be. I think his name's Jason Bateman. I think that's right. Like right there.
Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of look like Bluth?
You know who he really looks like? The young boy that plays Bruce in Gotham.
Oh, really?
It looks like him grown up.
That's funny.
So that's kind of cool.
But yeah, I'm interested to see like what they do with that. And
I mean, who better to put it on than Hush? Tommy Elliott, the person that knows everything and stopped.
He's obsessed with him, right?
Him,
so,
yes.
Yeah, that's why, I think that's why we kind of tossed out the idea like an episode or two ago. But we were like, I don't know, is that something you do? Do you want a Bruce Wayne cast yet? Like, what are their plans for Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Does he come back?
And we were kind of hoping that he wouldn't. Like, we mentioned that at the beginning of the season, that we kind of hope that they don't cast an actual Bruce Wayne, so then we don't have that stigma, like, the comparison of Batwoman to Batman all the time.
True. I mean, whenever we had, the first few seasons of Supergirl and Superman were coming into that, and, like, that it was constantly compared to Superman and whatnot, and then you kind of got, like, oh, man, she's doing a good job for a girl kind of vibe, I felt like, and... rather than it just being like, this is a show about her, Superman's over there, they're around, they're both, very good, but she's learning from Superman because he's been doing this for years, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, could you get him back and maybe have like a mentor thing, trying to help Batwoman? Do you keep the real Bruce Wayne gone for how long, and then you just have this Bruce Wayne problem? How long until Kate realizes it, Like, Bruce Wayne's been gone. What's he act like now after 3-5 years, whatever it's been,
I mean, if they see this Bruce Wayne... both Luke and Kate are going to have this red flag. Like, because it's not going to be the same mannerisms. He doesn't know all the family things.
How do you know? Because, like, if you were gone for 5 years and then you just showed up, you're probably going to be different.
Well,
I don't know why you're different. I don't know what like, how long till I could realize, oh, that's Calvin wearing a Melanie face.
But if Luke knows the real reason why he left, he'll probably be like, why are you back? Like, what's going on? It's going to be a lot of questioning.
We don't have that yet, but maybe it could be if he knows why he left, but I never felt like we did. Although the hint could be like that Joker thing was the thing that was talked about, right?
Right.
is that what drove him to leave, or was it something else?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because Kate, she was gone for a while too. I don't know if their overlap time was like Kate was gone for 2 years, she came back, and Bruce Wayne's gone too, so they haven't seen each other in like 7 years or something, you know?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be a long time. Kate might not have any idea what he would be like.
Huh. Yeah, that's true. That's a valid point.
So, so I'm gonna say I hate the idea that kryptonite is the one thing that can penetrate the Batsuit. It bothers me so much because, number one, like, now I'm watching this whole time, I'm like, okay, well, no bullets are gonna hurt her, no, these machetes aren't gonna hurt her, and then at one point it's like, oh, she's like, ah, I'm like, did it cut her? That makes sense. Like, why are you, like, I get the hit, it's gotta hurt, I guess, but I don't know, I feel like, sure, make it, like, bulletproof, but it's not good with stabs and stuff, you know, like, Nolan did that kind of thing, too, where, like, there's some weaknesses here and there, but now it's just like, well, you can pretty much stand up against anything, and as long as they don't, like, cut your head off, you're okay, you know, like, I don't know, I'm not for it, and also, that means as long as you can get kryptonite, you can kill Batwoman, and you can kill Superman, or Supergirl, or, you know what I mean, like...
Yeah, I can understand your frustration, like, I feel like it should be something stronger than kryptonite that has to take her out, though. Because, yes, you have kryptonite that can take out Superman. But I feel like with the technologies that Lucius Fox and Luke Fox have been working on, it should have been something stronger than kryptonite to take out Batman. Because, I mean, think about this. They have put in these safeguards in case Superman has ever gone rogue, right? So they had to implement and like improve the suit so then they could take on Superman. Do you think that a suit that could not take, you know, a huge punch or not be laser shot, you know, like could that take on Superman if he ever had to battle Superman?
Your issue there though would be, all right, well, Superman can't penetrate my suit, but he's gonna break me into pieces inside of it, which is not what she's immune to, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't want the one object I could use to fight Superman to also be the one item that could kill me.
I don't know. It seems very Batman-ish because he'd probably line the whole thing up with kryptonite and then they just battle it like normal human beings. There would be no superpower.
I don't know how it is in the comics per se, as far as the toughness of kryptonite. Like, Alice was talking about with the geologist, whatever, and how it could cut through anything and that, you know, that kind of stuff. I'd rather it be like, here's a rock that for most purposes, you're not gonna, it's a rock, you know, it's not something that's gonna be able to kill people. It's not super, you know, penetrating and whatnot. But if you can take it and find ways to mess with it and line things with it, you get a green glow, it can hurt Superman, you know, maybe it has some kind of poisoning effect or whatever, but I don't know, just the idea that it can cut through anything and this is super durable, like, you're giving a lot of power to this one rock. Like, just, you gotta find that and you can kill anything then, right? You can kill Guardian, right? Get through his shield and stuff then, I assume, because I think it was just, what was it? I guess it was lead.
I mean...
Right? So, I mean, I guess, like, he could block the radiation from it, but I always thought the kryptonite was more of the radiation was the main thing of it, not the fact that it could penetrate things, you know?
I guess I'm on the same page with you there because all of, like, the radiation from the sun helps, the yellow sun empowers them.
Superman and stuff,
and then the red sun is, like, bad for them, but then...
Yeah, and the blue one, like, is like a supercharged kind of thing. And then you get the radiation from, like,
kryptonite.
this kryptonite. That's why they put it in, like, a lead box. And then once they open it, it already starts to, like, it hurts her then. It's not that she's been stabbed with or nothing like that. So I always felt like kryptonite, that's the power that kryptonite has, is this, like, radiation thing coming out from it. So...
Not that it weakens the suit.
I'd rather have some... All I say is I'd rather have something different that is like, here's how you kill Batwoman, is this. Because before, didn't... I don't know, episode 4 or 5, didn't they have something that was like, this is what can kill Batwoman, and it's like a super gun. But don't worry, Alice took out the special battery pack, so now it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, well, what about that? Was that powered by kryptonite?
wasn't that the thing that she took out? Wasn't it?
I don't think it was kryptonite. It was just some kind of power core thing. So, or is that like the thing that they're talking about? The crows trying to find something else to use? Because if so, then your one thing that can kill Batwoman isn't your one thing that can kill Batwoman. There's more things that can kill Batwoman, and you're just not talking about it. I don't know. I just feel like there's a little like muddy water there. And
I think it needs a lot more explanation.
Yeah, and they're just tossing it in there to be like, hey, we'll get some crossover stuff next season, and that's why we have kryptonite involved, and guys, Supergirl, and I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan of that. Besides that, I feel like most everything else in this episode, I was pretty good
like
with.
Mary won my heart. Like, she already had my heart, but man, like, just this episode, I just wanted to hug her the whole time. The support that she gives Kate, the, like, straight up talking to her dad and, like, no, you don't understand, Dad. And both with Sophie and Mary, they're like, sir, you need hope. Like, you're everything, you need hope. Mm-hmm. Because you're just you don't stand for anything.
I like what Mary was saying. Is like, team up with her. She's the person people are looking to, and you're the one that they're looking down on. You know, team up and show that you and her can work together, and then do the good that this city needs.
Yes.
And maybe you can bring her into more of a, like, the idea that I would have there would be like, as Commander of the Crows, make a truce. Try to find a way of getting Batwoman more under control to where she's not as loose of a cannon as what you're looking at. And then that, in retrospect of that, I guess, would be getting the Crows to have a better view, because now we're working with Batwoman that the people loved, and now we're trying to, like, save the city, regardless of how many pennies you have, you know? Like, I don't know. That'd probably be a smart way to go about it, but I don't know. I am interested to see where they go with next season, because like Kate talking about how he looked at Beth to being Alice, and now he looks at Batwoman as being like the same kind of like freak. Crazy, you know? Like, what's gonna happen when he finds out Kate? Is he gonna look at like, I don't have daughters anymore, and he's gonna like, you know, when Alice first hears like, that's not Beth, you know, Beth's dead, you know, and then it kind of like fiddled back and in and out and in and out, and I don't know, he fought with it a good bit, but.
And then he was willing just to let her go. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, she went too deep. But my thing with the Crows is that, aren't they basically vigilantes themselves? Because they're not government officials. They are paid private security that they developed themselves. They develop their own rules. They develop what they're going to do. Like, if that was the police, if that was the GCPD that was there with Tesla, then they would have taken him down. They would have arrested him, incarcerated him, you know.
Not killed him.
Exactly. So, basically, the Crows are vigilantes. That's so hypocritical that he's fighting against what he basically is.
They're being paid by members of the city, though, in a private military fashion. Like, they were shutting things down, too. Like, they have some kind of, like, some kind of military kind of bounds. Not military per se, but, like, it's not to the sense of, like, Gotham City taxes pays for the GCPD, and then they are doing things. But you also never see the cops, you know? Like, when was the last time we saw a police officer?
We saw them with, like, the like grenade guy, and, like, we've seen them several times.
Oh, the boom guy? Yeah, I guess so. But, like, there's something more there. I can't remember exactly what it was. But, like, essentially, yeah, they're super heightened security for, like, the rich and powerful, and they were, I think, trying to enclose, like, the rich neighborhood, and the rich people were paying them to do that.
Which is why they always said that the Crows... What was the quote? It was towards the beginning of the season. From
Vesper or whatever?
It was from the guy that betrayed them. Like, in episode 2 or something. He worked for the Crows, and he's like, well, you are fighting for the rich and leaving the poor to die. I forget what it was.
Which is why they made the app and stuff. But yeah, no, I get you. There's some gray area there with how they operate. Where, like, you're not the GCPD. Why exactly or how exactly are you running and operating and, you know, policing this city? So, there's got to be some kind of line where they're more like, they got to have some kind of say somehow. I don't know. People don't like them, though. I get you.
No, people don't like them. But I think they are the closest thing to being an official vigilante group.
Yeah.
and that her dad is so anti-vigilante. It doesn't make as much sense as Arrow, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they have some kind of, like, backing in some way, where they're, like, an official thing. But, yeah, I get you. They're not the police, is what you're saying.
Like, Arrow, since they actually
Are they more like
had
the
a
FBI,
police
though?
department. No, I don't think so. The FBI doesn't shoot on sight, all the time for everything.
You mean all the time for everything?
Like,
I mean,
how many
FBI will
times
do
have
what
we
they
seen
want.
the crows kill people?
I'm just saying.
They, like, non-stop, boom, boom, boom.
Who have they killed?
They've killed, like, every bad guy that we've seen. They killed wasn't the...
Half the bad guys are in Arkham. Magpie, Elliot.
I guess that's true. Okay.
They killed. This one here was like, Jesus. But, I mean, he was a big old machete-wielding crazy guy. Maybe they were like, take him down. They made a decision. I don't know.
I don't know. It was stupid.
The only one I remember dying was the executioner dude with the axe.
That was my one that I was going to mention, but then I was like, that's one.
I'm pretty sure they killed him. Maybe, yeah, something like that. I forget. What about Alice with Mouse?
Oh my gosh. I don't know why I feel so sympathetic for that. Like,
yeah, you're crying. I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, they did a good job, because I don't know why I'm mad at the fact that this murdering crazy woman killed this murdering crazy man.
I mean, they've been through so much together. They've been through so much literal torture. Like, Mouse was the only one that she was able to have as a friend, be able to talk to since the accident, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But
she, like, took ownership over him.
They were best friends, brother, sister. Like, they saved each other from a lot of issues. They were always there for each other.
Were they, though? Or was she using him to always be there for her? You know, was that the whole thing? Was that their whole relationship? Is whatever she was needing, that's what his job was to do? Because even when he needed her in Arkham, she didn't come. And
that was whenever they got older, though. We've seen her support him whenever they were much younger in the flashbacks.
Did they? With what? I mean, she was locked in the cell most of the time. She was having him bring her stuff. He was like, here's this, here's this. The most she did was make faces.
You know? I guess you use whatever talents you have.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, it did a good job where I'm like, damn it, woman, just no. Just why don't you just go with him? Leave. Just leave. Think about what he wants for a little bit and do that instead of being stuck into what you want here. But yeah, being mad about that, or like, I'm crying because this murdering psychopath killed this other murdering psychopath. You know, like, but it was a good scene. I like the scene.
It was a really good scene. And we both saw it happen. Well, predicted that it was going to happen that scene before, right? Whenever she was talking to him.
What was the line?
You will never leave me.
I can't let you leave me.
I can't let you leave me.
Yeah. You get someone saying like, well, I can't let you leave me. Like, you can't let me leave you.
You're going to be dead.
So, yeah.
So.
I don't know. Do you want to jump into Q&As and see what some people thought of the episode?
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know what else they're going to have that would cover that we haven't talked about.
I was just going to say, Tesla, he was a good shot with the machetes, right?
I mean, he was a football player, but he was like a tight end or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, he's a quarterback. He's got such great aim. He's never missed a throw. You know, he's like... And Apollo.
Exactly, and intentionally paralyzing his brother. He's like, now this is your prison. Like, it wasn't strong enough to go all the way through and actually kill him. It was just right there at the spine. Boop, you're dead. Not dead. You're paralyzed.
It's impossible to throw. Because, like, you're throwing it to spin where you want to hit, but not go all the way through him. But it's got to go with enough force to go... I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's crazy. Anyway.
All right, guys. We're going to hit the Q&As here for Batwoman. This is the last one we're going to have for this. Make sure you guys, any other live shows we do, we usually try to do Q&As over on Twitter, so make sure you follow us on Twitter at BlindWaveProd, and submit any questions you have. We'll be coming back for the next season of the CW shows, so we'll be doing Q&As for those as well. So, Naveen said, with finally revealing the face of Bruce Wayne, do you think we can see flashbacks of him interacting with Kate and Luke to show the differences between Bruce and Tommy? And also, what do you think of the actor playing Bruce, Warren Christie?
I mean, we didn't get to see much acting. But his jawline, we talked about that. He has a very Bruce Wayne jaw.
The jawline seems like a good Bruce Wayne. I mean, he looks like he could be a pretty good Bruce Wayne. I mean, I haven't got a good feel of him as Bruce Wayne yet, because all we've done is seen his face. So judging him solely on his looks, I think he looks okay. That's what I have to do, right? I don't have, like, Tommy's not playing Bruce Wayne here. I don't know what Bruce Wayne's going to act like or anything, but...
I'm kind of upset that we're going to be losing Nolan.
I mean...
Tommy Elliott.
I mean, he can just take off this skin, Melanie. What are you talking about? No, I think he has a good look. I'm interested to see how he does a Bruce Wayne, Batman, and all that kind of stuff. Also, like, this actor has to do Tommy Elliott Bruce Wayne. Yeah. And then he'll have to probably do at some point...
Real Bruce
Wayne. And then he'll have to do at some point his Batman. This man's going to have a lot... I hope he's ready.
A very versatile actor.
I hope he does a good job with all that, because that's a lot to have to try to go through of, like, all right, I got to be a crazy man playing Bruce Wayne. Then I got to be Bruce Wayne, who's kind of crazy. But also...
solemnly crazy.
You know, I got to play Bruce Wayne, who's Batman. You know, there's that alter ego thing. I got to be this playboy thing. I got to be this Batman, you know. What do you do for the voice?
I know.
Do you not worry about it and you do the modulated thing like Kate does? That's so he doesn't have to be like, whoa, what's going on, you know?
I'm Batman.
Yeah, like Christian Bale had that very drastic one. Michael Keaton had a little bit of a variance, and I think Val Kilmer did too. George Clooney, I don't think did. I think he was just kind of like, hey, I'm George.
This is my voice.
Yeah. All right, Allison P. says, do you think there will be any redemption for Alice after killing her closest ally? Has she fully lost it, or will she fall further down the rabbit hole? I don't know. I think now, with that, the one thing that could be like, oh man, look at Mouse, she's just taking advantage of him, she doesn't want to help him and stuff like that. Oh, she killed him? Alright, fuck her. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that she spirals down more, so then I'm okay if they end up killing her or putting her in prison. But I love the actress so much.
She does a really good job. I can't deny that.
Freaking amazing.
But I feel like she has had plenty of chances to be
a good actress.
No, but to be, I don't know, redeemed.
Yeah.
To be saved by family or by, you know, Kane or Mouse being like, let's go, let's not do this anymore, let's just leave, you know, like, we could stay here in Arkham and she could have just been happy there, but no, her revenge thing is just so, like, I feel like, I don't know, the only way to stop her is she's gonna have to die eventually. You know? Like, she's so, like, hell-bent on revenge for something that ultimately wasn't Kate's fault. You know? Like, you could have said that Kate didn't go back and save her, like the other Kate in the other world did, but...
Right.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. And she, you know, what if they both died? What if they both were trapped in crazy... I don't know. But...
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not...
What if Kate has to be the one to do it, you know? Like...
Yeah, probably. Probably. I just hope we don't lose, like, Mary in the process or something.
Dang.
Like, if, you know, if I can't be your sister, no one can. They're all dead.
Yeah, I don't like that, Aaron. Yep. Take it all back.
Dobby says, Mouse dedicated so much to Alice, but he got killed because she can't let go of the family that left her. It was sad. I like that Bruce face and his psycho smile. How many episodes with fake Bruce? And does Jacob find a way to hurt Batwoman? Like I said, I'm pretty sure in, like, episode... Do I have notes? I'm pretty sure there's some kind of laser cannon gun thing that could, like, shoot. Anyway, there was something at some point where they had a gun, and it was being made. It was before, what was her name? Catherine was killed? It must have been right in here somewhere, because Tuxedo 1, Julia, was involved in it too, so it would have been like episode 7. The rifle, I think, was going to use it to kill, and they took the thing out. Alice protected Batwoman by taking the thing out, so yeah. So back in episode 7, there was a gun that could, like, kill Batwoman. That's what the rifle was using. That's why Julia was there, was to stop the rifle from killing Batwoman.
That was the first time we heard Sophia as well.
Okay, I didn't write it down, but good. So she's been around since episode 7. But I think that there's got to be something there. There's got to be some other kind of gun or something to kill Batwoman. Because there's got to be something. I don't think kryptonite. Honestly, you know what I would do? Is if I had a book that could write how to kill Batman, I'd write a fake reason. as to what could kill Batman that isn't even real. That way people are looking for the wrong thing for so long, they just don't find it. And when they do find it, they can't do anything.
Or, like, it leads you to the kryptonite where the kryptonite is stored.
Yeah.
And then there's your next clue.
Yeah. It's like Aaron's greatest weakness. If you want to kill him, find some big titties. Like, what? All right. Well, then they find big titties and they try to kill me, and it's a trick. And I'm just like, yay.
Smother you.
I'm like, yay, titties. Good thing I didn't write. Good thing I didn't write needles. That was the real one. Gotcha. You know, like. That's how you trick them.
All right, okay? Aaron.
So,
okay.
Remember, Melanie, if you want to kill me,
I'll just suffocate you with my boobs.
You've already got the tools. But no, Bruce Wayne's great. How long with fake Bruce Wayne? 6 to 8 episodes.
Oh, you're actually guessing.
Yeah, because my preferred, honestly, my favorite thing, and I think Eric and I talk about it all the time, my favorite thing for TV shows to do is to pod it up. And I think if you're going for, contractually in a season, typically you got to have like a 22 episode arc or, season.
Mm-hmm.
Break that up into like 6 to 8 episode arcs. And you can like bloop, bloop, bloop.
But then still have one big.
And you can kind of have things tied together and stuff. So you get fake Bruce Wayne in here for the first like third of a season.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gets solved. Either they get the kryptonite, and he gets found out, all this kind of stuff. Now you have whatever the second segment of it is. Honestly, what I would do is I'd put the first pod of it really focused on this war with the crows that's kind of going on, right?
Right.
And Bruce Wayne back. Meanwhile, like Sophia stuff, whatever, right? Like you can put that there, and then once you have the Bruce Wayne thing happening, maybe the crows thing has been kind of solved over the first like 8 episodes, and now Sophia's here, and now you're dealing with Sophia. And then you just kind of weave it like that. Like, that might not be the best way to go with it, but, like, that's kind of the idea that I would have. And, like, by that time that Sophia's here, he already got the kryptonite, Bruce Wayne's been found out, all that stuff, has been figured out and whatnot. Then you go into whatever the next segment is. Like, that would be the route that I would kind of want to take it. Because that way, too, you got to kind of keep moving the story along. You can't drag things out too much. You can toss in, like, a little, like, here's an episode that doesn't really push the main story too much, but it's in here. Like,
yeah.
That's the way I would go. So I'm going to say 6 to 8 episodes is how long I want a fake Bruce.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that he's not in 6 to 8 episodes, though. Just like, hey, remember, we have Bruce Wayne. And keep him on the back burner.
Yeah. I don't know.
I kind of hope that he's not even in the first arc. Like, I'm kind of hoping that he doesn't show up until, like, episode 10.
That seems silly.
Well, that way it gives you time to kind of forget about it.
Crazy Madman gets the face of the guy that he's obsessed on. He's not going to be hiding in the sewers for 10 episodes.
To develop maybe his demeanor or something, but I kind of hope that the first arc is going to be about the crows. And then we'll hit up Bruce Wayne.
That's like, how many episodes did we go before Mal showed up in Supergirl?
Mouse and Supergirl? Mal and Supergirl.
Like, at the end of the season, you're like, all right, we have Malefic, and he's been brought back. What's going on with that? Well, you'll find out 10 episodes later.
I know, I just want the chance to forget about it.
No, well, you got a year. You got a year, Melanie, forget.
It's not even a year, it's like
January.
6 months. Oh, really?
Yeah. CW has said that most of their shows won't be coming back until January. Actually, did I get a message to tell me coming January 2021? There's going to be Sunday's going to be Batwoman, and then Charmed. Monday's going to be All American, which I'm not sure what that is, and then Black Lightning. Tuesday will be The Flash and Superman and Lois. Wednesday will be Riverdale and then Nancy Drew. Wow. Thursday will be Walker. Like Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh,
with Sammy. Sammy!
That's right.
Damn it. Which one's that? Is that one Jared? That's Jared, right? Jensen is Dean.
Right.
Jared is Sam, right?
I think so. I'm like, it's just J&J.
And then Legacies, whatever Legacies is. And then Friday will be Penn and Teller Fool Us with Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Wait, so what's that one beside Flash?
All American, I don't know what that is. But anyway, Batwoman Sunday, Black Lightning Monday, Flash and Superman on Tuesday. But there's no Supergirl on here yet.
What's that?
I don't know, Melanie. It doesn't matter. Those are the shows that don't matter.
I want to watch them.
Well, you can watch them on the CW. Watch Nancy Drew.
I like Nancy too.
I think she's a redhead.
Yeah, you've watched a couple episodes with me.
That's why I liked it. All right. Dobby says, I like our team of 3 and the bonds they made. I really like the no more secrets, you know?
Yes.
After today, I'm not going to keep any more secrets, that kind of thing.
And then she added the more kryptonite. Luke is like, why didn't you give it to me with this one? I could have destroyed it all.
There's a secret. That's why. That's the whole point. Mary was always great, but the rest improved, and the chemistry is better. Sophie is good with Julia. Jacob, anger is excessive and a turnoff. Favorite moments or favorite characters that's not Mary.
That's not Mary. Oh, crap.
Cartwright was pretty good. I liked Cartwright. How's his dad?
August Cartwright.
Don't know his first name. Didn't like him that much.
Chase, not Chase Graves. Oh, crap. What was his name from iZombie? The French dude.
Yes, that guy. Whatever his name was. I like that character.
Well, what was your favorite moment?
Alice. I liked Alice a lot.
Oh my god.
You know?
Rachel, I think. Dang it. I forget her last name.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know, but she's freaking amazing. Just even the scene with like Mouse, just
yeah. The actress does a really good job, and I think that's why I'm so frustrated over like moments with that character, because I'm like, stop being stupid, and then she does this stuff and I'm like, oh, it's so good. So
she's so good at being bad.
Yes, my favorite moment is probably the first one shot they did that I'm like, that was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
just fighting, because like my first note, like I took all these notes trying to take care of like, okay, here's what things are going on. Fights seem okay. Is like what I wrote, but after Crisis and stuff and like things. Well, definitely
I guess Kate had a back injury, like Ruby Rose, right? Isn't that one of the reasons why towards the beginning of the season?
But I mean, most of the time they're using stunt doubles. You know, they get them in the mask, and it's easy to. I guarantee Ruby Rose wasn't doing the a lot of the one-shot moves where she jumps up and grabs the legs.
But I'm sure they have the actor lay down on the floor and do a lot of other stuff that's still like requiring mobility.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, they won't be doing the somersault, but they'll be doing the start of one, you know?
No, you don't need that. You can film it without that. You can do it. She wears a cowl. She's wearing this, you know?
I guess
you can do so much with, like, your back's turned. All right, don't worry. Stunt double. You come on in. All right, do this fight. I just shoot her from this angle and this angle, and no one's gonna be able to tell.
And she has that perfect build that we've both mentioned this before. You could put a male or a female in that suit and get away with it.
Maybe.
Like, it's not like she's curvy.
It's like, what's that dance movie?
Which one?
I can't remember what it is.
What happens in it?
Well, the thing I was going for is that there's a dance scene, and I think it's like an 80s or 70s movie. And in that dance scene, the main dancer that you're watching, the girl, is played by like 3 different dancers throughout the course of like the scene. Like one's like a dude break dancer or something, one's like this woman ballet thing or something, one's like the actual actress and stuff, but I can't remember what movie it was. Anyway, favorite moment for you?
That's not Mary.
Favorite character that's not Mary. Favorite moment?
I guess a lot of just Alice's scenes. Like, even from the beginning, the Waffle House, like Waffles.
Waffles!
Like, everything's just been so emotional. Even though you shouldn't, because she's gone completely crazy, you still feel that she's part of the family and that she should not be this crazy, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. Even Jacob had some really good stuff there at the beginning. That him and young Kate have made me cry a lot in the flashbacks. So those flashbacks are really good too.
Mary walking into the club in that one dress. That was a good moment.
They said, not Mary.
Ah, dang it. All right, well. Mel says, how do you think Jacob will react when he eventually discovers Kate's secret identity? Man, I don't know. Yeah. Like, the way he went back and forth with Beth, Alice stuff a bit, like, he might be, he's done, right? He's done with this Alice Beth thing. Like, he didn't say, you know, she released my daughter or whatever. My wife's murderer, right? The killer of my wife, Batwoman released from Arkham. Like, he's not looking at Alice as his daughter anymore. So, has he gone to the point now where even Batwoman, being Kate, would be like, this is a vigilante, you know, crazy freak, whatever thing. That's not my daughter. And if that's who you are, then you're not my daughter anymore either. Like, is that where he's going to go with it?
I think so. I think you'll end up disowning her, which I'll hate to see, because then it will be a real battle.
Yeah.
Like,
like, could you get a kind of, like, Commander Stacy? Is that right? Lieutenant Stacy? Could you get a in Spider-Man, you had Gwen Stacy's dad? I can't remember if it was Commander or Lieutenant Stacy. It's one of those two, I think. But anyway, like, with that, he was hunting Spider-Man. You know, he was after him. He was like, he's a vigilante, we gotta capture him. He finds out, and then he's killed. Like, is there gonna be, like, there was kind of like a take care of her but stay away from my daughter kind of thing, because you're not safe. But I don't know. I just wonder if there's gonna be, like, is that how you have to solve it, though, you know? Does he find out, but, like, in a death fashion or something, too?
oh, that's sad. There's going to be a lot of important deaths next season, huh?
Mm-hmm. So.
A lot of crying. I'll need tissues.
Dr. Winchester, looks like our last question here is, I sometimes forget Alice and Mouse are supposed to have a brother and sister relationship instead of a romantic one. Also, Batwoman has the craziest year one ever, including Flash and Legends. So, think about Flash. Flash was pretty freak of the weeky with a little bit of Eobard Thawne tossed in there. Legends was more about Vandal Savage, which was a little crazy, but that was a fun one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot kind of happened in this for like a first season, I feel like. We had Crisis right in the middle of her first year, you know?
That's true.
Like, that just kind of made things all crazy. She has the sister thing going on. You know, Mary finding out. Like, I feel like a lot of people found out who she was. More so maybe than, like, Arrow. And when did Felicity join up with, like...
I don't know. I was trying to remember.
Diggle and... Because Diggle took a little while. But I think season 1, we didn't really have Felicity as, like, a member of Team Arrow yet, right?
I don't even know if she was really in season 1.
She was in season 1. First time you saw her was with the red pen, and he brought the computer over, and she was, like, doing stuff with it, but she didn't know who he was yet. And I can't remember if it was,
that was still, like, Palmer Tech?
No, Palmer Tech was, like, season 2? Maybe 3. Somewhere in there. 2 or 3. I think it would have been 2. Because 3, what villain was 3? Ra's al Ghul. Dang, yeah. I don't know. They blend together. 2 would have been Deathstroke. She was definitely part of it by Deathstroke's time. Man. She might have been into it in season 1. But, like, here we had Luke, which makes sense. Luke was kind of like, the Diggle is the one that kind of started up with Arrow.
Honestly, it was like Luke already was still on Batman's team.
Yeah.
And then here comes the cousin that breaks in and is like, oh, let's turn this. Yeah. Oh, and now I'm Batwoman.
Luke is like the Felicity, but Diggle was like in there from part 1, like almost, you know what I mean? Like he was like, there was like a few episodes, but he was like, what are you doing? And then he started kind of like avoiding him, and then he didn't. He was just there with him, and like Luke has been there from the beginning too, but he covers more of that Felicity role than like out there in the field. That's why I want like someone like maybe Julia to also cover in the field.
Julia's more like a dig.
And I think that would be cool to have like that kind of like.
And soon to be Sophie, because Sophie's on Batwoman's side. She's like, hey, give Batwoman a call, make sure she watches her 6.
Why didn't she do it, and that kind of stuff. So that's good to know that she's kind of covering for her and watching out.
So do you feel like this was actually their intended finale, or do you think that this would have been one of the episodes within the series?
I don't know, because I don't feel like... I feel like you need something a little bit more with, like, a villain for the end. Like, we had an introduction of the villain, and then there...
We had, like, a villain of the week.
I feel like you have some kind of one more confrontation maybe with Alice, and maybe that's what they were going to build up to, was with the kryptonite thing. So maybe you end here. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I mean, we had some really good cliffhangers.
You go either way. I know the show had some issues with, of course, shutdowns on the virus and stuff. They also had issues with a production assistant, I think it was, who I believe got hit by something and became paralyzed or something like that, and that caused some complications on set. You know, different things like that. So I know there's been a few things happening. So I don't know what their planned release was, and if this is what they were wanting. I know Flash cut it short. I don't know if Supergirl cut it short yet. We haven't watched that one yet, so that one's next. Legends, I think, is the only one that's the only one I'm pretty certain got their stuff filmed and have it all. Like, they're good. So they should have their full season, I believe. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping we come into this, like, this kind of had like a pseudo finale feel, but usually they try to kind of wrap up whatever the main villain is. Like, I feel like the main villain this season has been Alice. And I don't feel like we've wrapped that part up yet, you know? Harrison Wells is Eobard Thawne for Flash, you know? You wrap that up. Malcolm Merlyn for season 1 of Arrow, you wrap that up. Deathstroke season 2 Arrow, you wrap it up.
I don't think they were going to wrap up Alice this season, though.
You don't have to wrap it in the sense of, like, she's been defeated, she's gone, she's never coming back. Because they beat Malcolm Merlyn, season 1 Arrow. He wasn't killed. They just stopped his ultimate plan of what he was trying to do. Alice, like, I mean, her plan, I wasn't sure where it was going most of the time, and it kind of got to this point, it's like, my plan is to kill Batwoman. But we did we stop that? You know, like, we kind of did with the kryptonite thing, but then there's still more kryptonite. So we'll have to see where that goes.
I don't know if that's the real thing. I feel like what we wrapped up with Alice is that she's bad. There's no turning back for her. She has spiraled. She's hit her rock bottom. She is going to be next season's main villain.
Sophia.
Well, I mean, we have her that Alice answers to, but she's still like the bad of the bad that they're going to be facing next season.
I think we wrap up Alice in the first 6 to 8 episodes. I don't think
they want to do away with that actress,
I think maybe,
though.
Well, I'm not saying you have to kill her. I'm not saying you have to. With not having Mouse, with not having a lot of her things, with not having the voice, you know, I feel like she's gotten rid of a lot of tools that were at her disposal. I think that you wrap it up and you beat her, and then it's someone that can come back later. Like I said, Malcolm Merlyn season 1, you beat him. He's not dead.
No.
Deathstroke, he wasn't dead. He came back too, you know? Like, you do that and you don't kill him so they can come back, and you have that threat that can reappear for an arc or for an episode or for some kind of crossover event. You know, you have Alice and Lex Luthor teaming up together. Something like that. Like, that would be a cool thing to kind of toss in there. But I wouldn't say killer, but I think maybe the Crows War thing would be something maybe you toss in later on in the season, and it's just kind of a thing that's an underlying threat. Kind of like Sophia. Sophia's been like an underlying threat. Well, what's Sophia? I don't know, but it sounds bad, you know? It's gonna pop up sometime. Flash been doing the same thing with Godspeed, where like they keep kind of popping in this Godspeed thing. It's like, what's Godspeed? It's like, well, maybe sometime we'll get to it, but we haven't really showed you yet. So, I don't know. I want to see. This could be a finale, but I think that we'll have to see like Flash, the actual wrap up going into next season, and then going into more so, which I think opens up the door of much more of like, well, let's plan to have the first few episodes cover this, then that's done, and then we'll cover some, and then that's done, and then we'll cover that, and it all tied together with Sophia being behind everything or something, you know? You got like Supergirl season 4. Supergirl season 4 had a great playthrough. Like, it was the best episode, I think, of definitely Supergirl. Best season of Supergirl for sure.
Oh, Liberty and everything.
Yeah, where it's like, here's a villain. Well, we defeated that villain, but he wasn't gone. He was just, we wrapped up that arc, that story, you know? Then we went to the next one, and then we defeated that, and it's like, okay, but now you know what? This has all been tied in, and here it all is again. Yes. And I think Sophia could easily be that for next season, where it's like, okay, Sophia has ties to Alice. We've seen that. Has ties to Julia. We've seen that. Julia's in the Crows. Could Sophia have ties into the Crows somehow? And that's going to be how they get weapons. Oh, I'm going to use the Crows to kill Batwoman, because that was my goal to begin with. You know, like, so you could have the war with Batwoman and the Crows, Alice wanting to kill Batwoman, and Sophia kind of being an underlying, like,
threat.
Yeah, just fanning the flames and trying to burn it and kill Batwoman. Why? I don't know. I don't know who she is or why she wants Batwoman killed, but she does. So maybe we'll go that way, and if you do that way, I feel like you got to do Alice's Agent Liberty of the first bit, and you got to, all right, Alice is done, moving on to the next segment. But with that, I think you put Bruce Wayne in that, because she's like a tool. She doesn't have a mouse. All she's got is Bruce Wayne.
Yep. And, I mean, Alice has a lot of information on Bruce Wayne because that's her cousin. So they're going to be quite the power duo.
I wonder how good Hush is, Tommy Elliott, is at, like, impersonating a Bruce Wayne. Like, are their voices similar enough? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Whenever you heard...
him talking here?
Yeah. Was that Tommy or was that this
I don't
actor?
know. I didn't really catch.
So it was still that very raspy, hoarse type voice.
Can he play calm demeanor, you know? Or, you know, we've seen him like, he's like, ah! You know, he's very kind of like, look like someone who couldn't finish the reactor, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But I will say, out of any of the CW seasons, I think this was most improved season. Like, the very first few episodes,
rocky start.
I was kind of like, well, we'll see where this goes, and hopefully it does well. But I definitely think, like, it hit crisis, it got better, and then as the season went on, they improved in fights and some of the characters and the story and whatnot, which was good. And
it was less feminism in your face.
Sure, I guess so. It definitely didn't, like, Supergirl season 1 kind of kept the same kind of feel across, and then like season 2 felt a little better, and then 3 was better, and then 4 was great, and I love season 4. But it wasn't like, none of those seasons felt like this one, where I'm like, in the very beginning, I'm kind of like, well, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this does well. You know, we'll give it a shot. Batman, Batwoman, like that kind of stuff's cool.
Yeah.
They could do some really cool fights with Batwoman, you know? And then like as the season progressed to the finale, I feel like most improved season is Batwoman for me out of like probably any of the CW stuff, because I feel like Arrow started strong and ended pretty strong in its first season. Flash, I think, kind of kept a similar kind of feel. This one here was just like, Legends was one that was another one where like the first season of Legends is probably my least favorite of the Legends seasons and stuff, but like season 2, season 3, like things got really good, and it got to that point where it's like, you know what, we can just do anything. It's just fun and enjoy this, you know?
I love
it doesn't have to be
Legends.
as serious as season 1 made it, you know? Season 1 was going for like much more serious tone, which I think was because, well, we had Arrow, you know, and we gotta go more serious. I was like, yeah, have fun with it.
I think this is the most improved for a season.
I'm excited to see what they do with next season. There's a long break. I know that, you know, shutdown stuff is going to be causing some problems with that, but hopefully that gives them more time to really maybe flesh out writing ideas. They can communicate that way and get their writing ready and going, and then can start filming and get things out next January. And hopefully we'll have like a really good season, and maybe they go into like a pod kind of segment. That's my favorite TV show storytelling. That way you don't That way you don't delay things, because some things are like, well, we'll have 10 episodes. And we're not wasting any time. We tell 10 episodes. But when you have 22 episodes, 23 episodes you got to do, well, just kind of change it up. That way things don't drag and people are like, this episode was filler. When maybe it wasn't filler.
Now, again, I agree with you that this is the best improvement for one season, but I think that you should watch Black Lightning, and then you'll think that that might be the best improvement.
I want to. Season 1 of Black Lightning was good. Season 2 was okay. And I've heard Season 3 is great. And I haven't watched it because I'm like, well, I'd love to react to it. But I don't know. We'll see. Let us know in the comments below if you guys would like Black Lightning. Maybe I can try to react to that with someone. I don't know.
Since his wife has already watched it.
She watched it.
I'm like, I'm not waiting for you.
I know one thing about the season. I'm really excited and I really want to watch it because of that.
Well, I wanted to watch it because of crossovers. I was like, how can you neglect this show?
Alright guys, I think that's it for Q&As for the discussion of all this. We need a poll. Alright guys, so for next season, what are you wanting to see as the main villain of the season? Are you wanting to see Alice as the main villain of the season, Crows and Commander Kane as the main villain of the season, or Sophia as the main villain of the season?
Yeah, because with Alice you have the Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And then with the Crows, it's a lot of family issues that are going to arise. And then with Sophia, we don't know. Maybe we'll see Alfred.
I don't even know who or what that is. So, but I can see all three of those really having, especially through the season, an arcing story that's maybe tying them together, or maybe just being kind of our big bad of the season. I could see any of those three being it. Like, she has to get to overcome Commander Kane and the Crows because of them. They're going more and more drastic or something like that, and they're hunting her down, trying to kill her, and that's going to be the main crux that they have to get past, Or Alice, who is trying to seek revenge, wants to kill her. Or Sophia, who's already said, hey,
I want to kill her.
I'm sending the rifle to kill her.
All three
and that's
of them.
why Julia was trying to do it,
All three of them just want to kill Batwoman.
Yeah.
Like, that's their main goal. Just kill Batwoman. Not like trap her, not like use her to your advantage.
Yeah.
Just kill her.
Seem like they're going to kill her. So, so what are you guys thinking as far as kind of the big bad of next season? I think those are 3 good options. They might throw a curveball and toss something else in there, but I don't know what that would be, so I'm not putting it in there. So go over to patreon.com/blindwave, vote there, leave some comments, and we will do our best to make sure to talk about that at the beginning of next season of Batwoman. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you guys stick around because Supergirl finale, there's Legends, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on when Batwoman returns. We'll be watching that for sure. And Supergirl is about to end, and it'll come back to Legends, lots of CW stuff. There's a full length available over at Patreon if you want to watch the entire episode along with us, as well as the polls. So check that out. We'll see you guys next time.